Good morning. Alright, let's get started, shall we? Hey, Burkant! Good morning, happy Sunday. How's the weekend been treating you? Alright, let's start with a timing check, and then get warmed up as quickly as we can. Hey, Max. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, definitely get some proper rest. I've been having trouble like the past week where I wake up like an hour before my alarms go off, so it's been kind of weird. Small steps though. But yeah, it'll be awesome to have you here while you're here. And Burkant, glad to hear things have been going well. I just realized something. So first, I might still have the casual day rewards enabled, but something else that's also a problem. There we go. Alright, Max, you should now have appropriate rolls. Okay. Alright, so that went okay. I think we were like at a 40-60 split, which isn't too bad. Let's keep on moving. Yeah, now you've got that weird pink little diamond next to your name. Sorry I didn't have that earlier. Also, I see we've got a couple other folks tuning in. Happy Sunday. Hope all's going well. Not bad, but stand is a little wobbly, so let's quickly address that. Also, Koachi! Happy Sunday. Hope things are going well. it's a little better. I think things overall will be fine. Alright. Exam's going well. Good to hear. Yeah, best of luck on the stream. Whether it's a 2DX or Apex, whatever you're gonna throw yourself at, fingers crossed. Not great, but we're still warming up, so that's okay. Hey, Classy Press, how goes it? Happy Sunday. Hope the weekend's been treating you well. So the VIP role, it can have a couple of functions. It can have different chat functions. Like let's say if I put the chat into slow mode, you could have potentially different post rates. But the main thing, it's just a way to recognize, well, VIPs. You know, folks that are, you know, important to the streamer. You do have a limited number. Over time, the more subscribers overall, or as you hit certain milestones, like get X number of people talking at the same time, it does unlock additional slots, but they are limited. Kawachi? Yeah, 9. That would actually be a good 11. I know I have that past pre-Infinitas. I forget if I've repassed it. I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah. But it is an 11 still, so we'll probably do that once we're finished warming up. That'll be a good entryway into things. Hey, Fresco! Happy Sunday! How goes it? Alright, so looks like we do need to tweak our offset just a hair, but, you know, it's the first 20 minutes of the day. Not surprising. Yeah, best of luck at work. Yeah, I'm used to folks tuning in saying hi and then, all right, gonna have you on in the background, or, you know, switching to radio mode because work or school or, you know, life in general, because who in their right man would stream from like 8 to 11 in the morning Eastern Standard? Like, they'd have to be pretty stupid. Ugh. Still warming up, but still warm ups. Hey, Gospel! Hope you have an awesome breakfast with the family. Cheers! Thank you for the well wishes. And yeah, Glassy Press. So when the game first got started, I'm not 100% sure about this. The RemiWiki article probably has the answer for sure, but I believe it was like an addition to First Style, but it wasn't like a full-on new release either. It's kind of a weird in-between, because also the amount of songs in it are also pretty limited too, if I remember correctly. You know, let's take a quick look. But yeah, Gospel, appreciate the stopping by, saying hello. Also, if you haven't completely ducked out yet, Gospel, hope your session last night went well. And yeah, let's see. Can be linked to DDR. Yep, knew that. Huh. Also, it was a full release. Huh. I thought it was like kind of a weird, like almost just like an append or kind of like add-on. Huh. Today I learned. Hey, Akome! Happy Sunday. And Gospel got some nice new scores. That's fantastic. And of course, appreciate you tuning in and saying hi this morning. Hope your weekend is going well as well. And hopefully we can get ourselves out of the gutter. We're a little slow to warm up, but that seems to have been a trend like the past week, so... It's a very good question, Glassy. I mean, why call the 11th version of the game 2DX Red and not 11th style? Decisions Konami made. feel like that could be better. Still a decent number of fast levels. We still might need to adjust our offset. Let's scale back down to... Let's do another 8. Maybe even a 7 that I've got really solid timing on and just make sure we're good to go. Then we'll keep on pushing. So I want to make sure we get some, you know, get some work done today in terms of new 11s. Also, got some more folks tuning in, as always. Fantastic to have you here. You know, whether you're getting your lurk on, or you're choosing to say hi in chat, or anything in between. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. And let's see... Oh, hey, Golguts! Hey, how goes it? Yeah, sorry I didn't take more part in the first league. I kept trying to remember to play singles, and legit, I honestly kept forgetting. My bad. But also, holy crap! This is the is this week the last week, or was last night into today the end of the last week? Either way, absolute legend in chat right now. Thank you so much for tuning in and saying hi. Right, did I... Yeah, we'll lower that. We'll do a timing check. And yeah, Linkle was a combination of Link and Circle. And yeah, tons of crossover events, both for Linkle and Tricoro. Yeah, like, even though I'm still a doubles player, I actually... Like, I feel like I could have done a little bit more vocalization about it, you know, for folks that were tuning into my streams, because, you know, if I'm going to be an ambassador, I got to remember to be a hype man for amazing projects like that. Speaking of which, the edits and updates to Infinitas, yeah, I basically got hit by a truck the past couple weeks. And then, you know, the news recently, although... You obviously know because, oh man, you have been in the middle of it. So, small steps. And not to get too involved on stream, feel free to DM me, but hoping all is well with you and that literally you've been able to take care and be safe in the past couple weeks. And yeah, Okome, Konami can be very weird when it comes to names. And yeah, just for the sake of numbering my unlock sheet, I have substream as 1.5. Seasons taught me everything can be broken. Well, I mean, the biggest thing, and as someone that has had a lot of history of either being like a tournament organizer or someone that's tried to help run events, be it organizing or being the person literally, you know, calling matches and updating brackets. If it's the first one you've done, something's gonna go wrong. If you spot it and learn from it for next time, that's all that matters. Yeah, glad to hear that that you and your loved ones are safe. That's the important thing. Like, granted, all the protest and action that's happening right now, very important. But, like, you know, you physically being safe, also important. So, alright, enough chatter. Let's keep on warming up so, you know, we can get our garbage button gear. Alright, so I did just adjust my offset. I'm just going to play like the opening couple measures, make sure timing is okay, and then I'm going to go back to 8s and 9s. Yeah, it's all flashing greats. We're good. All right, good. Yeah, earlier I thought I had to adjust my offset, but I only minus 0.1. Looks like we just had to go 0.2. Yeah, Akoma hearing about that, like, there's, like, on more than one occasion when I've been doing my stream wrap-up, I say, so everybody, until next time, literally take care and be safe. Like, at first it was just because of, you know, the epidemic concerns, but, you know, more recent weeks, it's been a little bit more physical as well. So after this, assuming this goes well, we'll jump into Night Sky, and then if that goes well, we'll jump into Tens, and then keep going from there. Like right now, we're about 40 minutes in, although to be honest, it's really only like 35. But I'm hoping to consistently be able to get 100% warmed up and ready for 11s within 1 hour of playing, no more than an hour and a half. Recently, it's been leaning towards the hour and a half, so hopefully we can get that hustle down a little bit. Concern is very humbling. I mean, it's the least that I can do. I mean, one of my favorite quotes and mottos in recent years is, you know, be brave enough to be kind. Like, if it only takes me a moment to see that, oh, you're in potential danger or distress, and it only takes me a moment to say, hey, are you okay? Then why not? Like, it's the not just the right thing to do, it's the human thing to do. And yeah, you're more than welcome for the concern and the well wishes, because you completely deserve it. Much better. Much better. Also, earlier, I remembered that I had forgotten to give Max a certain icon. I just realized. Cold Cuts, I think this is the first time I've seen you in my stream. Appreciate you tuning in and saying hi. If I'm mistaken on that, forgive me. But either way, just for all the work you do for the community, the work you did on the Infinitas guide. Let's get you that VIP. Done and done. Alright, onwards and upwards. And I do see we've got a couple more people tuning in, as always. Thank you. Appreciate you making me a part of your day. Hope everyone's having a wonderful weekend. A little slow to warm up, but that seems to have been the case the past couple weeks, but practice will make perfect, right? But yeah, Cold Cut's mentioning that you'd be out there protesting if you'd have to be a caretaker. Like, for me, I'm immunocompromised, so, like, me going outside in general is kind of terrifying right now. It's also why I've been trying to be such a noisemaker for some of the fundraising events that have been happening, because it's basically the best I can do without literally potentially getting myself killed. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of stories like that, Max. It doesn't help that I primarily get my news from Twitter, because usually Twitter is the where stories break. So I'll get a story tip off and then chase it with, several mixed sources, be it like NPR, Associated Press, BBC, whatever. But I usually use Twitter as a tip off source. But oh man, the past 2 weeks, it's been like drinking from the fire hose no matter what I do. It has just been real rough. Yeah, not great, but not awful. Yeah, we'll take it though. Yeah, early late's okay. Yeah, I think we just need to be better. But I mean, that's what we're here for. Hey, Yutari, how goes it? I know I asked this earlier in the week, and you answered it, and I just completely missed the answer. I know you ordered your Phoenix Wand. What's the delivery status? Have you gotten it yet? Is it still on its way? I want to also make note of it, because I know that it was a big decision you were thinking about, and then you finally pulled the trigger on it. Yeah, no worries, Cold Cuts. Yeah, like I was saying earlier with Fresca, I'm used to lots of folks tuning in, saying hi, and then saying, well, just got to the office, and then, going into a lurker or, audio only. So I'm used to it. It's completely fine. All right, trying desperately to warm up here, and just stuff is not clicking. Like I'm doing okay. I just was hoping I would have at least slightly stronger scores by now. Like no, not necessarily PBs, but being more within like 5% of my record as opposed to like 10. But small steps. Just quickly catching on chat. Keep working sure. Yeah, yeah. I was just recently joking about this. In Early's Discord, like one of the problems with the fact that I stream in the morning. All right, so we got my stream done for the day. All right, now let's do some chores. And as I'm trying to get chores done, I get like 5 notifications that various people have gone live. Oh, well, let's maybe play some non Bimani video games that I haven't played in a while. 20 notifications that people are going live. Oh, well, time for bed. 30 go live notifications, 50 Discord posts. It's just like I don't regret streaming when I do. Part of it was because of the last job I worked. I was working second shift. But an indirect benefit of this time slot is I actually have a lot of folks that are tuning in out of Asia because, it's evening. And I get tons of folks also from Europe and the UK and just literally all around the globe. And being able to have that wider range has been something I'm incredibly grateful for. Like, right now I'm between jobs. So the next job I get, I'm likely going to be, more on a traditional 9 to 5, and I'll change my schedule when I need to. But until then, I'm gonna happily keep rocking this morning slot just because the folks I've had tuning in addition to being from around the world, they've also been absolutely incredible. So, and yeah, in terms of feedback, absolutely, Coldex. I'll try to come up with a couple points, but I don't think there's a whole lot of lessons learned that I might be able to bring to the table that you're probably not already aware of. But yeah, I mean, the more voices agreeing on something, the better. So, and yeah, Glassy. So Cold Cuts is an amazing member in the community. In fact, it's thanks to them that we have what is basically the definitive guide for getting started in Infinicon. Uh, and recently, he ran a player run tournament. It was a once a week score league in Infinitas, and it just wrapped up. And it got a great response, and it's been great for you know keeping the community together and bringing some attention to Infinitas specifically, as opposed to other types of 2DX, and it's been fantastic. And let's see, Utari waiting, yeah, because of COVID problem, shipping on Monday, fantastic. Yeah, Discord. I have aggressive notifications set for Discord myself. It's one of the reasons why I like it so much is you can be very specific on what and how it notifies you and to very, very granular settings. And Jamich, happy Sunday. How goes it? And yeah, you do your cross feed streams. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. When I first started and there was almost no one doing doubles on Twitch aside from a couple of Japanese streamers, and even still most of them were on YouTube because Japan streams on YouTube. Some of the first people I had stopping by would be, hello. And I look at the name in chat and I do a quick Google search and, oh, it's someone that's AAAing 12s and from Japan that's been playing for 20 years with no breaks. And, oh, it was terrifying. It still is. Like, imagine you're out jogging because you're doing your couch to 5K practice and then Usain Bolt strolls up next to you and says, oh, hey, nice exercise. Just, ugh. Yeah, like, not bad. Like, the fact that I've been awake for less than an hour and I'm still, I'm hard clearing 10s with an A. Yeah, sure. But, yeah, like I was saying earlier, like, right now I'm within, like, 10% of what my high scores are, and I'm really hoping to be a little better than that before I start flinging myself at new 11s, but, yeah, I might not have much choice. And that's okay, because maybe, in all seriousness, me throwing myself at new charts when I'm not 100% ready for them, that's kind of the idea anyways. Alright, so it's 5 before the hour. I do try to take a stretch break once an hour, but I usually do my first stretch break an hour and a half in, so that also gives me time to actually get the stream going, say hi to folks. So let's do one more 10, and then I know, Kawachi, you requested, 9, which is, like we were talking about, an easier 11. So we'll do one more 10, and then we'll jump into that, and then see how we do. So max is the absolute best score possible. Like Jamich is saying, every single judgment you get is a perfect, a flashing grade. And Utadi, yes, Smooch is in Infinitas, if that's what you're asking. Alright. Cheers, Cool Cuts. So happy to have had you stop by. I'm sure we'll be crossing paths soon. Get some good rest. Much better. Yeah, only 19 off. We will happily take that. There we go. Also, Jamich for Zed. That's gonna be fun. I don't remember if I've played that on Infinitas yet. I'm pretty sure I played it back when I was in Penduel. And I remember it being quite tricky. I mean, if it's an 11.6, yeah, no surprise. And yeah, Utati, there's a big tournament once a year by Konami, KAC, I believe it's Konami Arcade Championship, it's called. But like outside of that and fan run events, there's a lot of the games will have a once a week. There's a song that is everyone that the machine will say, "Hey, here's your weekly song," and then there's a leaderboard for it. Yeah, yeah, some of the differences in singles and doubles recently have been quite surprising. Like, apparently, kill each other is really hard on singles. Because usually the, like, LED 10s are harder on doubles, and this is a cakewalk, basically. So. Konami Arcade Championship. Okay, yeah. Alright, so we had a request for 9. Let's do it. Much obliged, Kowachi, for the request. Let's dig in. I actually want to retry that. There was a lot of stuff I fumbled in the beginning there, and I know what I let go of. I just want to give that another shot, a little bit better hustle. Also, Yuzu! Happy Sunday. Appreciate you tuning in, saying hi. Hope the weekend so far has been great for you. Not bad. We'll take it. Got the clear. And let's see. Yeah, just within 10%. We'll take it. Decent number of slows, but I'm not sure if that's just because it's a harder chart, so I'm scrambling for more stuff, or if I still might need to tweak offset. We'll see. Catching up on chat. Let's see. Hey, Spy. How goes it? I saw that. I saw on Twitter that you did a singles session recently, and that, yeah, it you only got like what 30 minutes in, and you were just like, nope. Because I recently did some singles myself. I was sending some people songs from song packs, and yeah, God, I cannot play singles anymore. It is just too weird. For the controller itself, I use what's called a Z stand. Speaking of which, I actually need to get a better one or make some adjustments, because it does have a little bit of wobble to it, but I'm not sure how much of that is because I'm on carpet and it's, you know, just gonna naturally sink in a little. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I've got everything else linked on my page, but not the actual stand. Yeah, here we go. So, Utadi, I just tossed a link to the exact stand I use. But I do need to I want to get something that has a little less wobble. Yep, Max, take care and be safe. Fantastic to have had you here this morning. And yeah, random will shuffle the note pattern, so notes that were previously on 1 key will now be on 6, 6 could be on 2, 2 on 5, etc. Yeah, so a lot of keyboard stands will work fine for, especially for single controllers, just because they're not as wide, and so you're not going to be putting as much emphasis outside the center of gravity. Plus, the other thing you can do, just get a basic piece of wood, like, you know, maybe like, you know, a half, like at least an inch thick. Wrap some cloth around it, you know, for splinter reasons, and then use that as a base, and then put the singles controller on top of it. And there you go. But then almost any keyboard stand will do the trick for singles. And yeah, Jamich, I actually do have I have an electric piano. You know, it's like a full-size 88 weighted keys keyboard, and that's on an X stand. And I was using the X stand for a little while, and I might actually replace the Z stand I use for my 2DX controller with a sturdier X stand. I'm just concerned about the height. Also, Mira, happy Sunday. How goes it? I know you were talking about possibly streaming later, and I think you decided you were going to take it offline. All right. So, we are still warming up. It's 10 past the hour. Gonna do our first stretch break in 20 minutes at half past. For now, I know we've got a request for Zed, but that's a 0.6. I want to do a couple more 11.2s first, just to try to finish warming up. And Q! Happy Sunday! Thank you for the request. Hope you're doing well. Speaking of absolutely legendary doubles players. Hello, Q. Alright, so let's do another 11.2, and then we'll dig into the request for Zed and fly you to the star. Oh, right. Yeah, it's been a while since I've gone back to routing, which is probably going to be a decent warm-up, because it's quite literally all over the place. Alright. After this, then we'll dive into Zed, likely get destroyed by it, and then we'll chase that with Fly You to the Star, and also likely get destroyed by it. But it's the good kind of get destroyed. Ugh, that was kind of awful. But yeah, Jamich, the concern I have with the X stand, if you take a look at the hand camera, is that it's going to be really vertical instead of being more laid out. Because if it's, narrower, it's going to be easier to potentially tip. But when I was using my X stand, even though there was a little bit of the tip over concern, it was a lot more stable than the Z stand I have right now. Ooh, if that was kind of garbage. Really not trying to procrastinate. I want to do harder stuff, but I'm still waking up, I think. So we'll do a 10, and then no exception, we're gonna dive into Zed and fly you to the star. Let's... Yeah, it's not so much waking up in terms of like I'm tired, but waking up in terms of I am just not scoring as well. Like if I was like I want to be within like 10 to 5% of what my high scores are, and I've been more like 15%, which yeah, not bad. Not bad. All right. Yeah, I think wake up might not be the right term, but it's like my brain just isn't in 2DX mode. Like I'm awake, I'm up, but I'm just like I'm not clicking in, and I don't feel like I'm connecting with the like the flashing grades that I'm getting. Like I'm still not fully in the zone for 2DX yet. So like if I just keep playing flat out, like I'll definitely get to that point. I'm just trying to get into that headspace sooner than later, and that's more what I'm a little frustrated about. Because also, like, usually it only takes me about an hour to an hour and a half to warm up, and at this rate it feels like it's going to be closer to 2 hours, and that's no bueno. Yeah, that's why I went for Viva. I was debating either Viva or Afro Knuckle because there's enough chords to let me sink into timing, but there's also enough other stuff that I'm on my toes and I have to pay attention and, you know, all that good stuff. Alright, let's, you know what, let's just get bodied by Zed. Maybe that'll do the trick. Worst case, we try it, it goes horribly, maybe we play it again in an hour. And once again, Jamich, thank you for the request. And everyone here, whether you're in chat or lurking, thank you for being here. Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. Ooh, we got the B. We will very happily take that. Ooh. Not a bad early-late ratio either. I was expecting it to be a lot more skewed to slows. Yeah, we'll take that. Once again, Jamage, thank you. Alright, up next we've got Fly Me to the Star from Q, and again, thank you, and appreciate you stopping in and saying hello, Q. Yeah, and I see earlier, Mira was saying to take my time, Okome to don't be worried about frustration. It's not me being frustrated, it's more that I know that I can warm up within like 2 hours. But for years, I'm usually able to like get into that headspace typically within an hour. And the past like 2 weeks, it's been a little bit more of a struggle. So it's more of a trend over the past couple weeks that I'm concerned about, not necessarily just today. But yeah, small steps, we'll get there. Yeah, I want to say towards the end it was very pattern based, especially with the chord scales at the end of Z. And if you're quick enough to keep up on that, that's probably a lot of easy bar. That's the only reason I could think of as to why the Z was a 0.6 instead of a 0.8. But hey, we managed to squeak out a B on it. We've gone from a no play to a fail. Progress. Talking about a new future, don't you feel like you will be the Milky Way? Every day and every night I want to stay. We know every having something on first sight. Fly to the And about halfway through that, we're now awake. Oh, God, that took long enough. Oh, much obliged, Q. Thank you. Speaking of, Ooh, Xenius. I want to say I played that 2 weeks ago? Maybe 3 weeks ago? Didn't go well, because that piano solo, but yeah, let's do it. After Xenius, I'll be due for taking my first stretch break, so just a heads up to all of you lovely folks in chat. But still gonna have plenty more 2DX after that. And, you know, just taking a look at chat and the stream in general. Wow! A lot of folks tuned in this morning. Like, I know we've got a couple folks in chat, but we have a lot of people that are, they've either got me turned on, you know, in the background, or they're otherwise lurking. Either way, fantastic to have you here, and really appreciate you making me a part of your day. Hope all of you are doing wonderfully. And... hey, Kitty Catastrophe! Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Alright, so, Xenius, then we'll take a stretch break, and then we've got more 11s to go after. I can see Q's already got another one on deck, and again, thank you. Alright, let's do this. I honestly wish I was better at this song, because, like, Xenius is gorgeous, but honestly, the extra piano lines in the Another are so good. I'm, like, this is one of the Anothers I can't wait to actually get a handle on. Yeah, minor PB. Still a PB. Good stuff. Ooh. Yeah, not bad. My, Spy, my clear lamp? Things look okay on my end. I know, sometimes the refresh rate, can perfectly catch fail lamps, so that they don't appear properly. No, I have a fail on Xenius. All right. So at this point, it's time for me to take a stretch break, and I invite you to join me. Maybe it's been a while since you've literally stood up, walked around, gotten some water. Either way, I'll be back in 180 seconds, and then we're going to play some more 2DX. All right. See you lovely folks in just a moment. All right, so we are back. I do want to just quickly play something like either an involved 9 or a 10, just to come back from being on break, and then we'll jump into Be a Star Another. And again, thank you. A lot of folks tuning in recently, not just this morning, but in general. And I think I have a couple ideas for why things have been picking up recently. But regardless, I'm incredibly grateful to have all of you here. Hope my shenanigans are fun to watch or fun to, engage with. And I hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic weekend. All right, let's fail some more 2DX. I do want to play something just a little bit easier, and then we'll immediately go back to 11s.
Music is the answer.
Yeah, not bad. No record breaker, but, considering we're still trying to fully wake up, we will absolutely take that. Hey, Okina! Good morning. Or afternoon for your part of the world. Hope the work on the cosplay is going well. And Gamer Ted! How goes it? Haven't seen you in chat in a while. Hope all has been well. Yeah, long time no see for sure. Yeah, appreciate you stopping by. How have things been going? Have you still been working at either 2DX or Voltex? I believe those were the two games I've always caught you streaming. But yeah, Okina, appreciate you stopping by. And Glassy, I would have to say my favorite style is probably Tricoro. I'm a really big fan of the overall aesthetic in Tricoro, the way it looks, the menu music. Also, Tricoro had an incredible song selection. The unlock events were really fun. Second to Tricoro, I'd probably have to say either Distorted or Troopers, just because those were the styles that I really got established as a 2DX player in. Like, that's where I first started being able to do like sevens on singles, and then switching over to doubles, really getting established in doubles. Yeah, Penduel had a time travel theme, and literally depending on the day of the week, it would either be in future mode or present mode, which not only changed what songs were available, but it completely changed the menu, the way it looked. Like, it was basically it was two sets of games. It was pretty cool. All right, up next, let's see. Oh, and Gamer Dread, thank you so much for the raid. Much appreciated. So, Be a Star is next up in the request/challenge queue. Let's get to it. Oh, and it's in the queue from queue. Sorry. It's the worst thing when you just start playing a song and then all of a sudden your nose is on fire and super itchy. Alright, one more once. Those chord jacks, so 1 and 5, 5, 1 and 5, 5. We did awful on those. Especially in the intro. That was shameful on my part. Ugh. And of course, Q is saying, "Oh, this is my favorite song." I'm super sorry about that. I am marking that for later, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pass it, but we can definitely do better. That intro was awful on my part. Alright, we'll get that in the queue. Let's see. Oh, hey, FakeX! Good morning. Happy Sunday. And also, Glassy, could I do a Eurobeat 11? Yeah, Spy, if you're still in chat, or Q, any Eurobeat 11 that is in my range, so just 11.6 or lower. What would you recommend? And if I don't hear anything from them after this next song, I'll go find something specifically myself, Glassy. Yeah, we can make that happen. All right. Up next, Jamich is asking for a line for Ruin. I love this song. It's an easier 11, but I'm not gonna lie, right now I could use a little bit of an easygoing time, especially after that disaster with the star. I still feel awful about that, but small steps. That's why we're here. That's why we're putting in the practice. Oh, considering how often I've played that chart, any PB on that I am happy about. Ooh, good stuff. Much obliged, Damage. Let's see. Hey, Kivelio. Happy Sunday. Hope things are going well. Hope the rest of your stream yesterday went well. Alright, let me take a quick look at some 11.2s and 4s, looking for possible Eurobeat. We'll think of something. Yeah, both, unfortunately, Last Message and Poodle. Neither of them are in Infinitas, otherwise I'd be all over those. So let's see. Up next, we've got Beyond the 7, and then Daddy Daddy. But I also see the Eurobeat request came in just before Beyond the 7. So we'll do Beyond the 7 first, and then we'll definitely go grab something Eurobeat related, and then go to Daddy Daddy, because I know Daddy Daddy is going to not be a fun time. Good song, just older chart, and it's got that old chart weirdness to it. And as always, Fake X, much obliged for the requests. Ooh, for some reason, chat wasn't updating. Yuzu. Yeah, I'm not like a huge gaming peripherals person, but I really like using Synapse just for quick keybind changes on my mouse. Oddly enough, especially because a lot of the work I do is usually me in a bunch of different web browsers, because a lot of the work I do is usually with cloud-based services. So having macros for quickly switching tabs, quickly copy pasting, and doing stuff like that, it's actually super helpful. And similarly for my headset, I can, depending on if I'm in like video conferences or if I'm streaming, I actually have a couple different presets that kick in. It's actually pretty nice. Let's see, Mini Moog. Yeah, and yeah, Poodle, hopefully we'll get that someday, but not yet. Dazzling Darn Eurobeat's the lowest rated 11 in Infinitas. Yeah, that might be. We'll check that out after we probably refail this. Great song from Nato, though. Yeah, we'll get that eventually. A lot of a lot of the patterns in that, like, they're not tricky. They're just quick. Ugh. Yeah, no regrets on that. Oh, and yeah, the song is gorgeous. The recent trance stuff from Nato, Nowhere, Beyond the Seven, and then also we've got Umbral. There's just been some fantastic trance recently, relatively speaking, because, you know, Cinnabuzz is a couple of years old at this point, but yeah, just absolutely wonderful song for sure, Fake X. Alright. So yeah, let's take a look at Dazzlin' Darlin', the remix. Thank you, Q-Valia. I completely glazed over that. When I was looking through, I was trying to look at some of the, I know that there was some Tag and Superstar Mitsuru Eurobeat, but looks like they were all either 12s or 10s. Alright. So, let's dive into this for Glassy Press's request, and then we'll just kind of hop on over to this. That's gonna be a trip. Alright. Skywalking. I don't know if I've heard that song. That must be relatively new for DDR. Yeah, I don't think I've heard that.
I feel them moving more and more. I'd like to jump right on the floor. I feel the bass drum more and more. It's time for dance.
That was awful. I was an eighth note off. I was just, instead of one and, I was and one. One more once. And speaking of DDR, if I wasn't in an apartment and, you know, had downstairs neighbors that would kill me, I would absolutely have a DDR set up. I miss playing that game.
I feel them moving more and more. I'd like to jump right on the floor. I feel the bass drum more and more. It's time for dance. I feel them moving more and more. I feel the bass drum more and more. I feel them moving more and more. I'd like to jump right on the floor. I feel the bass drum more and more. It's time for dance. I feel them moving more and more. I'd like to jump right on the floor. I feel the bass drum more and more. It's time for dance. I feel them moving more and more. I'd like to jump right on the floor. I feel the bass drum more and more. It's time for dance.
Not bad, though. I'm happy with that. Oh! Burkant! Thank you! So, I actually, for, the Hope of Tomorrow, I changed my aspect ratio to make restreaming, to Sparkovers
feed easier. And, you know, obviously that event's over and I changed everything back. But I just remembered all of the overlay and preset settings are technically separate from the output resolution, and that might not have changed. Thank you for bringing that up. I probably would have missed that for weeks. Thank you for bringing that up. I will take care of that after the stream, because I don't think it's super affecting things for right now, but that's something I'm definitely going to want to tweak once we're done. There we are. Alright. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because typically I output in 16 by 10. But I tweaked it a little bit for the Hope of Tomorrow stream. But oddly enough, it looks like everything in... Because I do on my Stream Dash, I use a separate computer, and on my dash I do have a preview of the stream, and I'm not seeing anything getting cut off. But I can see things are getting skewed just a hair. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we'll fix that after the stream, rather than stop the stream and restart it, because it's not that big a deal for now. We'll just take care of it after the stream today. Yeah, much obliged for that, Burkant. And Glassy Pressed. And also Cuvelia, much obliged for that request. I haven't played that in a while. Fun song. And up next from FakeX, I want to say I'm excited for this. I just know it's an older chart. It's not too old, it's 10 style, but still, I know that this is going to be a trip. Still, today is about failing, and today is about progress, so let's get into it. Ugh. Arms are a little on fire, but no regrets. I'm actually quite happy that we had such a solid B on that. Catching up on chat. Yeah, thank you, FakeX. Appreciate the kudos. Alright. So it's about 6 past the hour, so we'll be taking another stretch break in about 24 minutes, 25 minutes. And once again, thank you. Like I was talking about earlier, a lot of folks tuned in. Whether you're active in chat, or you've got me on as a background radio, either way, fantastic to have you here. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Ooh, let's see. Up next, we've got another 11.6 Mini Moog. I know I played this somewhat recently, but I forget how recently. Must have been the hyper. Yeah, it was the hyper that we did. Oh boy. Mini Moog? Yeah, Mini Moog is a onslaught of a song. Interesting trivia, it doesn't have any measure marks. If you watch, typically like every measure, you'll see a thin horizontal line for the measures. Mini Moog doesn't have any. It's all just one giant measure. But yeah, no, I'm actually really happy with how I did on Daddy Daddy. A lot of really tricky trills in the middle of all that, so getting the, whenever I try to 11s, the goal is to get a B for a score, and we were, I think, a little over halfway to the A, which is a lot better than I was expecting. So towards the end there, those really rapid trills on either 2-4 or 4-6 in the middle of 1 and 7 chords, that is just rude. Good gravy. As rude as that was, though, that actually was a lot of fun. Yeah, like not gonna lie, that was a nightmare, but yeah, Spy, that was actually a lot of fun. All right. Yeah, Fake X, thank you very much for the kudos. Like, that was... Mini Moog was... Oop. Yeah, Mini Moog was a heck of a hustle, but yeah, no regrets. And up next, Baby Love for Cuvelia. Thank you, as always. Let's dig in. After this, let's, depending on how we're doing for stamina, because my arms are a little on fire, I might revisit Be a Star, because I still feel awful about how I did on that intro. Or we might do a trickier 10 or something, just to give myself a little bit of a breather, and then we'll dive into Be a Star. And of course, any other requests or challenges, please feel free to get them submitted, and even if it's just general questions or chatter, as always, please feel free to, talk, ask questions. That's why I'm here. Regardless, or, whatever floats your boat. Hope all of you are having an awesome time.
My only baby, love, you are my feeling, love, love, love. I find it the only one, baby.
Ooh. So I'm pretty sure we could pass that sooner than later. But especially with all of the awful turntable chords that got thrown in, I will happily take an A+1. That was phenomenal. And I will say, I'm kind of glad that right out of the gate we had a bunch of turntable shenanigans, because it's just like, oh, it's going to be like that. And then, we can be delightfully on guard for the rest of the song. Yeah, thank you, Cuvelia. And yeah, more than welcome. Thank you for the request. Alright, arms are feeling okay. So let's see if we can do Be a Star and not make a fool of ourselves this time. Ooh, that almost had that. Heck of a PB though, and that's a much more the performance I was expecting. Also, saw a frame hiccup in the middle of that. So, yeah, I will have that sooner than later. So, I normally would take a stretch break at closer to like 10:30 or half past the hour. I do want to make sure I'm wrapped up today by 11:30, so a little over an hour from now, just because got a lot of stuff I need to get done. And also, stream yesterday ran like 3 hours longer than I planned. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a quick break, but I'm going to restart the stream. So folks, you might need to reload Twitch or actually actively tune back in. Because I did see a hiccup on Infinitas' part, and something's not right. So I'm going to quickly take a look in the background, make sure everything's hunky-dory. And while we're at it, I'll also fix the output aspect ratio, and that should fix the FPS issue that you're seeing, Spy, for the lamps. Alright. So, I do need to turn the stream off for a couple seconds while I tweak those resolution settings, so bear with me, but we should be live again in about 20 or 30 seconds. Fingers crossed. Alright. See you shortly.